Hello and welcome to my channel. Today, we are going to discuss President Biden's announcement about the government studying AI and putting some regulations in place. Did you know that the government has tried to regulate AI before? That's right. Congress has passed bills regulating government AI. The Trump administration also pushed through 2 executive orders on artificial intelligence. The result? Oversight has not been very effective. So, what exactly has to happen for regulations to be put in place? Stay tuned to see why this might just be an impossible process. AI regulation refers to the development and implementation of laws, policies, and ethical guidelines to govern the use and development of artificial intelligence technologies. The goal of regulation is to ensure that AI is developed and used in a safe, transparent, and ethical manner that protects individual rights, promotes social welfare, and avoids harmful consequences. The Biden administration has recently announced its intention to regulate AI more closely to promote innovation while protecting individual rights and public safety. The administration has honed in on a few areas of focus for developing laws. Privacy and data protection is the first issue the administration wants to engage in. Regulating the use and storage of personal data is a critical issue for regulating AI. The administration has stated its intention to establish a federal privacy law and to promote data interoperability and portability. Interestingly, California is ahead of the game. With the passing of Proposition 24 in 2018, the Golden State took into account automated decision-making technologies. Because AI relies on large quantities of data, it is a powerful and inevitable strategy that federal lawmakers need to consider. Stanford University published an article that addresses this issue. I'll link it in the description. Bias and fairness is the next issue. AI systems can exhibit bias and perpetuate discrimination, which is a major concern for regulators. A report published by the European Union agency addresses bias in AI algorithms. Artificial intelligence is not good at detecting bias and therefore needs human intervention. You can read the report by clicking the link in the description. Biden has stated his intention to establish guidelines for AI systems, to ensure that they are developed and used in a fair and non-discriminatory manner. This brings us to transparency and explainability. AI systems can be complex and difficult to understand, which can create challenges for accountability and liability. The Biden administration wants to promote transparency and explainability in AI systems to ensure that they are accountable and understandable. National security is, of course, the biggest concern for regulators. AI technologies have the potential to be used for malicious purposes, which is detrimental to national security. The administration has stated it wants to develop guidelines for the responsible development and use of AI for national security purposes. In order to establish regulations, however, the Biden administration must also answer some questions. Here are some aspects of regulation the government must take into consideration. First and foremost, what is the role of the government in regulating AI tech? Regulation can be developed at various levels of government, from local to national to international. In the United States, the Biden administration has stated the need to develop a national strategy for AI regulation. That won't be easy considering the varying opinions regarding AI from each state. Different states have already challenged several federal rulings to date. AI will be no exception. Regulation would also involve collaboration with other stakeholders including academia and industry. Also, what is the scope of regulation? AI technologies are used in a wide range of industries and applications, from healthcare to transportation to finance. As such, regulation may need to be tailored to specific industries and use cases to be effective. Healthcare is a good example of an industry that will need some regulation regarding not only data, but also using AI for medical advice. Next, Will the federal government also have to determine a balance between innovation and regulation? Technology is a rapidly evolving field, and regulation can potentially stifle innovation. Innovation also happens faster than policy making. Balancing the need for innovation with the need for regulation is a key challenge for policymakers. In addition, will the United States have international cooperation? Currently, the Internet is regulated by each individual country. The same will most likely apply to AI technology. Will other nations agree with the same philosophies on AI to align with the U.S.? Artificial intelligence is a global technology, and international cooperation is essential for effective regulation. The Biden administration has expressed its commitment to working with international partners to develop AI regulations that are consistent with democratic values and human rights. Not all countries, however, have democratic values, so this may be an uphill battle. Lastly, are there ethical dimensions of AI? AI regulation is not only about technical issues, but also about ethical considerations. The development and use of AI raises a range of ethical questions that tie into privacy, transparency, bias, and accountability. Can all parties involved in the regulation, however, agree on these issues? Addressing these ethical concerns is a key aspect of putting regulations in place. Overall, regulating artificial intelligence is a complex and multifaceted issue that requires collaboration between policymakers, industry, academia, and other stakeholders. As AI technologies continue to evolve and become more prevalent in our lives, the need for ethical and responsible AI development and use will only become more urgent. The truth is that it will take a long time to regulate artificial intelligence. The best course of action is for developers to take all points into consideration as they develop new technologies. How do you feel about the government stepping in and trying to regulate AI? Do you think we'll be able to tackle the challenges? Let's have a discussion in the comments. Please be respectful of other people's opinions. Thanks for watching. Like this video if I have challenged your thinking.